It's me. I'm back again. Hello. I'm going to start right away so I don't take up too much time. Oh my goodness. Do I have just some doozies for you? Some deliciousness, okay? We're going to talk about some stuff right quick. First, let us fix Gigi. Gigi, welcome back. We missed you. So, for those wondering, Gigi was only gone because Finley sometimes is a jealous hater. And we forgive Finley for that because, he's just a babe. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to talk about Ohio real quick and a few other things. But first, I want to send some appreciation to a couple creators. I put the music on this time, see? I'm on top of things. And I'm over here trying to make comfortable clothes like a more of a regular, but I also like to look so fancy. So it's a very hard decision. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, hit the like. It helps bring more people in and it really helps. Okay, before we discuss Ohio, I want to talk about a few creators really quick. I spoke about Gina Maria Calvin Harris. They have a channel where they talk about all kinds of things. It's really amazing. They do a great job. Hi, thank you for being here. So good to see you. There we go. Now you can see me. Yay. Okay. I just think they're amazing, okay? And I think that, oh, hi, Frank is amazing too. Frank, I was discussing females first, Frank, so chill out a minute. Okay, so Gina Maria Calvin Harris. Like I said, they have a very extravagant name. I just love it. Of course I do. There's Down the Rabbit Hole. I didn't know about Down the Rabbit Hole at first, but then when I found them, I was like, oh my goodness. And they just seem really genuine to me. She seems like a total baddie. So there's also M's Mad World. You guys know about M. M is like an all-star on this channel. She is like one of the, um, I don't know how to put it, one of the members, but yeah, just someone we really appreciate. There's China Miss Jones, of course, and there's Really Graceful. And we've been talking about Keygen recently. Something is going on there. Someone is doing something they shouldn't be doing and breaking TOS, and that's causing their channels to be gone, a few of their channels to have gone kaput. Luckily, Keygen is coming back on this platform as well as others. You can check, like I said, my community tab. There's stuff about it there. The last video I made was about what happened with Keygen. So yeah, I just wanted to shout out some ladies real quick first because there's not as many ladies out here talking about this, and we need both the divine feminine and divine masculine. And I really do believe that. Like, some people are like, oh my gosh, Daisy, bah, bah, bah. But I really do believe that, okay, with my whole heart. Or I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it. Sorry about that. I was just trying to fix that real quick. I don't know why. I should just leave it. There. Okay. Yeah, I thought I could make it better, but it's not worth it. Yeah, I know. We're not allowed to make jokes, Frank. Stop it. You guys know I love the NPC show. You're amazing. He's always giving shout outs and just doing the most. And honestly, Frank is one of the people that have helped me the most on YouTube in general, like just with how it works, understanding it. As someone with like ADHD, it can be hard for me to understand some really simple things. And the way he helped me learn certain things, it made things a lot easier. So I'm very much appreciative. Please hit the like. Okay, so I just wanted to shout out some ladies because I think that some of these females on this platform, people think because they're female, they're just gonna have an easy time. That's not always the truth. In fact, a lot of us go through a lot, like some wild stuff. And the truth is, most of us just don't discuss it because we're not messy. We're just not messy people. Like, it is what it is, right? That's all. So, listen to this comment I got yesterday. This is just amazing. Your character is faker than a plastic bottle. Okay, this is what somebody has said to me. To me. To me. The nerf. The nerf. Listen, I understand they have never been on this channel before. You've never seen me before. That's why you have this feeling. Listen. People tend to say, um, I don't know, some people just seek people out to bother them. Just saying, that's one thing, okay? There are people that do that. They just seek people out to bother them. And I believe that a lot of us handle this with grace because it can be really tough. It can be really tough. Um, it can it can just be frustrating because I think of what if somebody didn't have the mental capacity to cope with that or to deal with some of these rude people. And I get it. You should have thick skin if you want to be a YouTuber. I do believe that. I agree with that. But at the same time, people shouldn't go around being jerks for no reason, right? Maybe. Just a thought. Um, so I know who I am, and that's why that comment doesn't bother me, right? Like I know that I'm a very genuine person, and I just feel like maybe that person has some healing to do still. Because hurt people hurt people. That's how it works. I don't know if you knew that, but like that's how it works. Hurt people hurt people. So I hope that they're okay, and I forgive them for their ignorance because that is silly. I was like, ooh, you, like, literally, I was like, that's cute. That is so cute. See? And when you know who you are and you know what type of person you are, you don't let those things bother you. It's not like an insult at all. It's just them wasting their time bullying creators simply for being female or whatever his issue was. Listen, I promise you, I know for a fact I am one of the most authentic and genuine creators on this platform. It is what it is. Okay? And if you don't vibe with that, if you don't like that, then maybe you're in the wrong place. Like maybe you're allergic to genuine. Maybe you're just, you like fake people. That's fine. Thank you so much for being here. I know so many of you vibe. Like you feel the energy, you understand where I'm coming from. You know, we're all kumbaya here, you know? So we need the divine feminine on this platform. That's what I want to make a point of. We need us women out here talking about this just as much as we need you men out here talking about this. Who is going to do it if we don't? Who? Who? I really want to know who. Exactly. So you can just do your thing. Maybe go watch, what's that one dude? Amazing Lucas. He seemed like more his speed, you know? I know. So we're not hopeless. We're not helpless. And we are very, very strong headed. Like, we're doing this. Nobody's going to push me off this platform. Even when all the odds can feel as though they're stacked against us. You have never seen one of these females be messy. You have never seen one of these females, you know, gripe too hard about these things. They handle it with grace, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. Because some of the things that people randomly send you, you would be like, sir, I think you need healing in Jesus. Like, there's been a few times where I just want to screenshot that stuff and be like, boom, look at this, you guys. Because if they're sending that to me, then I should be able to show that to you, right? that gives me fair game to be like, boom, look what they did. Look at this very embarrassing picture of them doing something horrific. And then they sent it to me, and it's like, whoa, first of all, I just ate. Why? Like, second of all, can you give me a minute? I have to go vomit. And third, please do not do this. Like, if a woman is not being like, hey, let us engage in a certain type of activity, don't just assume that's going to happen or that is okay. Not every female is comfortable with just being sent inappropriate stuff like that. It's not okay. It's not cool, not appropriate, never okay. Sorry to have to like go off like that, but some people just they don't have any standards, morals, or boundaries like at all. And guess what? I do. And here's me saying uncomfortable. This is the line. I'm drawing the line. Please do not cross that line at any point. Okay? So if you see us females a little bit more like tense lately, maybe it's the frustration that, you know, we're working hard to get this type of information out there. We're working hard on these stories, and we're still dealing with all the things that are against us. And I'm not saying boo-hoo, because I'm the freaking hero, okay? We know that around here. We know we are the hero in this story. I'm not the freaking, oh, damsel in distress, someone come save me, oh, boo-hoo. No, I don't have time for that. I don't need your pity. I don't need a pity party. Don't want none of that, okay? I just want to be a divine feminine on this platform telling you what I'm seeing. And I think that we should appreciate when other women are doing the same. So, wow, didn't mean for that to go on for that long. But ladies, thank you. I see you. I adore you, Squirrel Tribe. Seriously, dude, you're amazing. Like, your brain, I can't say it enough. You're a genuine person. You're so smart. There are so many smart people on this platform. Let me tell you something, okay, real quick before we get into the Ohio thing. I was gonna title this something about the zombies and such because now they're like, listen, aw, always take care of yourselves and your families first, and I mean that. Thank you so much for donating. Seriously, thank you. um, okay, before the Ohio thing, I was gonna title this something about zombies because now News Nation and other news sources are reporting on people who are living on the streets who are homeless, by the way, who are have been under a something lately, like the homeless for no reason at all, are just like being pushed out. They're literally offering them money to take a bus out of here and live somewhere else. Like that's what we're doing with our homeless. We're just like ship them out. Thank you so much, right? Anywho, some of these homeless obviously are dealing with affliction, and some people are very ignorant on the topic of affliction, which I understand that. I get that. Maybe they never had a loved one in their life that suffered. Maybe they never suffered. But I don't believe that these people are just a waste. I don't believe that we should just give up on them. So many people will be like, oh, they made this choice, da da da, that's it, that's their life. What about the person that didn't make that choice? What about the person that was just trying to do the right thing? Addiction is a disease. You don't yell at somebody with cancer, you don't yell at an addict. You just don't. Like, I know, I get it. If you don't go through certain things in your life, you might not come to those conclusions. And trust me, before I had someone in my life that suffered so bad from it, I would have never felt the way I do now. I was that person that looked at other people like, why can't they do better? Why can't they just handle themselves? Why can't they cope with life? How sad is that for them, right? But they are struggling and hurting every day. They don't need us to put them down anymore. The news is making these people out to be the new zombies. They're going to continue to do so. There's something new in this thing that people are doing that is causing leprosy like things, like sores all over your body. And people are still shaming these people and putting them down. That's crazy, right? That's what happened to like care for each other. Like, I just don't get it. Thank you guys so much for liking. It really does help. And that's all I'm going to say on that because that deserves its own video in itself. And maybe we all need to ask for a little grace and humbling because we're not all that in a bag of chips. We make mistakes. And some people's egos are just like, oh, the Lord has never humbled you a day in your life. You have never been through a single thing. And that's good. I'm not saying I want people to go through stuff, obviously, but when you do and you experience it and you know it and you love someone that's been through it, you just know, right? You have more care and compassion. Let's get on to Ohio. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, and as for people trying to bring in the bad vibes, it's not going to happen, okay? I am like a ball of electricity, and that stuff is just going to bounce right off. I am a burning candle that is burning bright, and it's going to burn and singe them. That's what's going to happen. Nobody can put out my flame. It's just not going to happen. So, the Ohio toxic train wreck was 100% preventable, says CNN. And don't worry, we're going to look at all sources here. 100% preventable. But nobody's at fault. You guys. These people say federal investigators released new details Thursday about this train derailment that spewed toxic chemicals that wreaked havoc. And I love how they're saying spewed. They're not saying spilled. They're not saying poured. Call it what it is. It is spewing. Because that's what chemicals do. They waited till the wind picked up. Oh, they waited. Anyways, this is in East Palestine, Ohio. And another reason, for those who don't know, why I'm so passionate about this is I have loved ones in the area. I do have family in the area that are affected. I have friends in that area, born and raised in that area. I lived outside of Pittsburgh for a little while, and I have a soft spot for the mountains and those people. Again, they are some of the hardest working people in the world. They are. They are the backbone. And they are so gritty and humble, and I just love it. And I also loved living in Michigan because they're just authentic people. They're gritty, like they have to. They're just genuine. That's how it feels. Okay, so the initial thing started February 3rd, and Norfolk Southern Railcard is carrying plastic pellets of heated. Oh, it was heated by the hot axle. Okay, we all know what happened. We don't have to go into that. Let's go on to what's the newer stuff. What's going on? So, have you heard anything else new about it? How have you been doing? How's your guys' mental wellness? Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hitting the like. You look amazing. I love that you chose that color today. Let's get into it. So, something happened. The alarm didn't sound. We need to update some systems, it sounds like. But they're like, no, because of money. And they straight up said that already. We don't want to update it. Money. We want money, money. Hello, money. What money? Money. That's what they said. So they're like, listen, we don't see no problem. The crew did what they could. It's not on the crew, but it is on Norfolk Southern. They do keep making that a very strong point. A total of 38 cars derailed in East Palestine. They're just all piled up in a pile. Have you seen the pictures? Have you seen? Please do. Please do. Take a look. Take a look at them because that'll really put it into perspective. And imagine that happening in your town. Imagine hearing the screams of the tracks. Oof. I remember living in that area and my friends being in that area and hearing the trains go by every half an hour. Every half an hour. Those rails are busy. They know that those are some of the busiest rails. And what did they do? Again, they allowed an American company to tank, and they allowed another company to come in and take those rails, and that's China, which is wild. 5 of those cars they claim were carrying gallons of, hundreds of gallons of vinyl chloride, according to the report. This can increase risk of cancer and is highly flammable. Increased risk of cancer and is highly flammable. In fact, they have their own clinics now for anybody that has been affected solely by the derailment, and that's it. There's a special clinic just for you. Oh, and by the way, there was those bracelets that happened right before the whole thing. My ID, was it? It tracks your health. And do you know what the most curious thing is? Via Cinema Shogun, thank you for this one, is that a 70-year-old man, a 70-year-old farmer, and you best believe I respect my elders. If a 70-year-old man is coming out saying something stinks, being like, this ain't right, being like, what's going on here, right? He himself was like, what's with this, and how did this happen right after that? A 70-year-old man is putting it together in his dome piece, going to the news and being like, but hey, how about this? And if it's not just us on YouTube, right? Which, by the way, we should speak out about this. Creators who are willing should speak out about this. We should continue to, because if we hadn't been discussing it, and I know I don't get that many views. Who am I? I'm just a little pebble, right? In a big old bowl. But those ripples, they go outwards and people will see, right? Eventually. And other people are going to talk about it and other creators will discuss it. And once it's more in the group consciousness, more has to be done about it. They have had to take action since people have outcried saying that this is an injustice. It is. And had they been sent help otherwise, it's not likely. We saw what the initial response was. Take some money, shush your mouth. I don't care if you can't breathe. Take your cat and dog, get back in your house. Shut the door. Lock your doors tonight. By the way, side note, did you know about those UFOs, the ones that they were like, boo boo? They're saying that they can't get them. They're like, we can't find them. That's why when I was speaking about zombies and the aliens come before the zombies, do you get it? Wow, am I on point lately? Or am I on point like always? Because kind of seems like it. I mean, you can go through my videos. Just saying. So it could have been preventable. The whole thing could have been preventable. Hundreds of lives are affected by this. They shot them they're like, so they're just out there somewhere. these crafts are just out there somewhere. They're like, we can't find it. We don't know where it went. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't know where it went? Where, is it alive and that's why it got away? Stop. It's like some aware cognitive technology that's like aware and then they got it and then it ran away. That's crazy. Wouldn't that be wild? So these are the paintings that I've been working on for the Ohio series. It's called Ohio, and this is the outcome of the spill. And don't feel any pressure. As always, you guys, I am just showing them to you. You can creep on my art page at DameVonBonDaisyart on Insta. Never any pressure. Always take care of yourselves first. And then when you have that little bit extra and you want something, that's when you holla. I seriously need to be making comics or something about this stuff because I have so many like ideas. What do you guys think? Would that be a good idea? Would you watch that? If I made a comic about what I think is going on? It could be good. It could be. Maybe I need to just close my mouth and not give away all my ideas and secrets. Okay, so for those of you just joining me, thank you so much. Please hit the like. Yeah, I love this one. I really do think this one is powerful too. Ugh, just beautiful. If you guys missed the beginning of the stream, we were just shouting out a bunch of divine feminine YouTubers who are just out there doing the Lord's work and just trying to get the word out, and they're just amazing. Now we're talking about the whole Ohio train derailment and how this could have been preventable, how this whole thing is sus, and how there was the bracelet program before that. I don't mean to giggle. It just amazes me the incompetence of these people and how they continue to get away with this. And I'm like, what can we do, right? I'm always the one that's like, there's a way we can do something about this. Thank you for joining me so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hitting the like. It's free and it takes 2 seconds and it really means a lot. And if not, you're a hater, so stop being a hater. Thank you. That's my sassy side that I have to be like other YouTubers. So for those of you who might be new, don't worry. Don't worry. It's not really how I act all the time. I just do it because it's for the funnies. Okay? Just saying. Some people get all like, oh my God. She said subscribe. Anyways, the train's engines applied to the train's brakes. Alert, blah, blah, blah. Overheated, blah, blah, blah. No bueno. You're all good. So during this declaration of the wheel bearing failed, car 23 derailed and the initial emergency brake application came to a stop. And that's when we saw the fire on the camera again that nobody would have probably mentioned. Probably wouldn't have said a thing had the train not been caught on the camera. Wow. God bless America. Home of the free. Home of the Kentucky Fried Cruelty. Home of the... Never mind. I need to quit. Listen, we need to help one another. We need to protect one another. And we need to make sure that you're capable of caring for your own. No joke. Just, it's the right thing to do. Mi bella. Yeah, like, I understood. So this could bring about change, of course. Honestly, I don't really care about the train. I care about the people. That's what really bothers me. And I'm really glad that they've been going down talking to these people, like really talking to them, instead of just putting on a show. Hey, by the way, did you know our President Trump was there? Did you know that? Did you know President Trump was all like, I'm going to Ohio? Do you know who didn't? Not to make this political, because y'all know I could care less. It's like, doesn't really matter, does it? Listen, Biden was like, I'm going to Ukraine. And Trump was like, I'm going to Ohio. And it totally makes sense, right? Like, who didn't see that coming? But I do appreciate that Trump went. I knew that he's someone that really feels for the hardworking people. So whether you like him or not, whether you find him interesting or not, I just see him as a funny character in the simulation, in this story, in this whole circumstance, right? Listen, he says that it is a betrayal. A betrayal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. Absolutely. Former president. Oh, should we say former? Should we say, my bad. Former Former President Donald Trump visited East Palestine, Ohio, Wednesday, where the train was carrying the toxic chemicals and where it had derailed. Frustrated residents and local leaders were discussing how they're concerned about the contamination of the air and drinking water. Meanwhile, others are putting on a show pretending to drink the water when it's coming from like bottles from like Texas, and then they end up being the same water anyways, and they're like, oh no. I think we're allowed to be a little cynical against the people who are constantly like bringing us down and just trying to ruin our ever loving lives. But here I am, hopelessly positive. You know it. Like, there's a way. So cleanup continues to happen. And this is curious too, because again, the water then becomes toxic. The water needs to go somewhere. The water apparently went to Texas. And now they again have to be held accountable because people found out about this. And they're like, listen, the water's going to Ohio now. It's going to a toxic plant in Ohio where it's safe and we can do this. And everywhere else has been like, we don't want the water. But it's already in Texas in your bottled water. Okay. So they continue to clean up. It really makes me upset that there's this obvious way that this all could have been avoided. Federal state agencies have been on the scene assessing the environmental and health effects. They're going door to door, by the way. Biden was like, can y'all go door to door? Because I need to go elsewhere. Biden was like, I'm busy. Can y'all do this? That's how I see that. Please hit the like. Thank you for being here. He was like, listen, my schedule, I just can't. Sorry. That's wild to me. That blows me mind for him to be like, I'm too tired. I can't. I don't feel up to that. My stomach's been hurting. I'm not going to be able to make it. Those are some of the people that you want to their side, right? Right? It's curious, isn't it? And also how, I don't know. There's just very curious things happening. And I'm just trying to fix the background music real quick. Sorry about that. I just realized. I had to take a breath. Federal agencies have been on the scene going door to door being like, you alright? You alright? You alright? You alright? Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of lizards, my axolotl is now staring at me, and he's like hypnotoad. I swear, my axolotl knows, man. He knows what I'm thinking. We've been fostering these axolotls for a little while now, but now they're gonna stay with us. I guess that's what we're doing. We're just gonna keep them. So, Salamander the Great is now home. But he's an axolotl, not a salamander. Don't get it wrong. Because people will let you know around here. They'll be like, axolotl. They're so dang cute. Like, people thought they weren't even real. They're real. And they're very sweet. But we have to keep them separated. Gotta keep them separated. Okay. Cleanup continues. People are stressed. They're going door to door. National Transportation Safety Board is all like, listen, my bad. That's literally what is happening. Oh my gosh. They identified and examined the rail car that initiated the derailment. We would hope. We would hope 3 weeks later. 3 weeks later. I don't know how. I do smell. I just leave it at that. Don't even finish it. Just be like, yeah, I smell. People are like, Daisy, you must be so nice. Like, you must be fun to hang out with. And it's like, no, you don't want to see me in person because I'm actually really stinky. My feet smell. I'm lazy. I'm tired all the time. I'm kidding. Not about my feet, though. That just happens, okay? Okay, so they realize what has happened. What up? What it do? Aw, stop. People used to call me New York and Hollywood. Those are the two nicknames that when I was working at Lucky Strikes, I heard the most. And you know me, I am positive all the time, hopelessly always. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And I hope everything goes well with where you're going. I hope that you're doing okay. I hope that you're all doing okay. And if you have somewhere you need to be, please. I really try not to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to go over a couple of things. I think that I don't have too much more, but I did have a couple other things I want to talk about because stories be wild right now. So while those numbers, okay, wait, what are they talking about? Oh, it's just talking about 1,000 trains derail each year. 1,000 trains derail each year. But apparently it's not like this, right? They must not be like that, right? Must not be that bad, right? Why would they be like, oh, boo boo, we took a couple things out of the sky. We can't find them. We're just going to let that go. And then the whole train thing, they're like, boo boo. And they're like, that keeps happening. We're going to let it go. Why? Wait, what? If you know that there's a problem that is a consistent problem, like literally, the definition, let me say it again, of insanity is not changing a dang thing and expecting a different outcome. Like literally. So it's time we do make a change. It's time that there is something that needs to be done. And listen, I am not one of those people that are like, we're going solar panel green. Like, I understand that that is an immensely expensive endeavor and that is not likely to happen. But what I did see when I was meditating, no joke, was like those tubes, like on the Jetsons. I was like, I have to draw that for you guys because I pictured myself being sucked through a tube up through the sky. And I thought, that's a weird, like, little vision to have, right? Like, I'm just relaxing and I just get this little vision. And I thought, that's really curious. And I thought, there has to be weird stuff like this that happens in front of our face all the time. Like this world, whether it's a simulation or not, it has glitches. And it's very curious. So I'm like, very strange indeed, right? That is strange indeed. Yeah, we just got to be able to make a difference. We got to be able to make a change. And it really does just chop me buns, right? It does. It chops me buns when people can be so just negative or dismissive or as if it's impossible. Nothing is impossible as long as we try. But if we don't try, then yeah, we're going to keep all being insane here together. And by the way, when the world is crazy and like madness, sanity is no real sign of mental health. Okay? It's not. So if you're struggling, if you've been like, ooh, Lord, it's okay. Like, don't worry. Don't worry. We're all going through it. Everybody's gone through it. And at least we're here for each other. And I am very appreciative that I have such an amazing community that we can sit here and giggle about these things, but know in our hearts that we're doing what we can to help these people. Because guess what? They weren't trying to help these people. $1 for these people? The nerve, Gigi, the nerve. Look at Gigi, sick to his stomach. Disgusting. So what are we doing? I made the series of paintings, which half of proceeds will go to help people in the area. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. No pressure ever. We're going to look at these one more time. And then I'm going to let you go in a minute because I feel like, I don't know, I do have a few other things. Oh, always take care of yourself and your families first. But thank you so much for donating. I might pop on back again later because I do still have a whole stream written up to talk to you about. I love this one. I just love it. And I hope everybody understands that I really do mean well with these paintings. I'm not trying to upset anybody by these paintings. Like I just have to do something about this. I can't not do something about this. So the best that I know I can do is, oh, I love you all too, and I mean it too. And I still want waffles. Dang it. Yeah, we're doing half the proceeds to the locals because that's what I know how to do. And if you guys didn't know, or if you're new, please subscribe. Thank you so much. But I did paintings for the Astro World tragedy, and I did about 3 or 4 of those. I just appreciate you guys being here. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I really think they turned out really beautiful too. And these, I know you already know, but the images, they get stuck in my head and I have to paint them. And if I don't paint them, then I have to draw them. And if I don't draw them, and then I'm just gonna have it sit there. I can't do that. That'll drive me bonkers. Let me know though, what do you guys think? Have you heard about those channels we spoke about in the beginning? Oh my gosh, you guys, look at, there's a little counter now too. We made it to 741. That sounds like such a heavenly number. Thank you so, so much. We're good. You can keep it there. Don't, like, literally no pressure ever. That's so amazing. Yeah, the NPC show is here too. Say hi to Frank. Let me go over those names again real quick just in case somebody missed them, because these girls out here, these divine feminines, they're important. They're necessary. And we will see things a bit differently than one another. The way that Frank speaks about things is very different than the way how I speak about things. And maybe when we're discussing the same topic, I'll bring up something he didn't, or vice versa. So I just really do believe that it is important to have the divine feminine and masculine speaking out on these things as a united force, not a divided one. Not a divided one. Because they already do enough to try and do that, and we are tired. I'm not going to be putting up with that no more. Literally, I just decided today I'm putting my foot down, and that is the result of, being one of those people that was always just a people pleaser, always just trying to always make sure everybody was happy, like anybody I was around. And then it just felt like the world was like push, 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 like I was speaking about last time. Push, push, push. And now being a mother, especially, you get to this point where you're like, enough. Enough is enough. You will not push, push, push. You will not. You will not. And although it can be very scary to stand up for yourself and put your foot down, it's very important. And honestly, it has been quite the experience. Because I don't like confrontation at all. It like does my head in, and I will, I won't be myself for like a day or two. So yeah, just know in your heart, when you're speaking on these things, it is the right thing. Okay, Gina Marie Calvin Harris. I got it wrong last time, so I wanted to correct it. Down the rabbit hole. M's Mad World, of course, we love M. And China Miss Jones. Those are OGs, you guys. You gotta show respect to the OGs. That's like Frank and others. Those are people who are just like high council, I mean, everybody pretty much is high council here, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, there's Keygen. We know that things have been going on with Keygen's channel lately. So for those of you that haven't heard that yet, please just, their channel is up again. Just go show love. Be like, Keygen, where you at? Just send love. And you don't even got to be like, oh my gosh, Daisy told us that, da-da-da. Just go over there and say love you and leave hearts, or just, subscribe again if you're unsubbed. There's also Really Graceful. They don't need me to say anything about them. They speak for themselves. So, you know what I mean? All these people do. I don't gotta say much more other than their names. Squirrel Tribe. These women are on point. These women are amazing. Yeah, that's okay. You helped me. Hill. No! Is it really Hill? Stop. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Gina. Miss Gina, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. That would be like the second time I got it wrong. Stop. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gina Marie Calvin Hill, please. They're suppressing my blank? Yes, I think so. I mean, listen, you guys. I'm not one to sit here and be like, boo, pity party for me. But these things happen. Like in Congress, they just spoke about how, even on Twitter, they admitted to allowing some people to thrive and soft blocking others. Okay? Oh, are they? Oh, okay. Well, I'll wrap up then, so you guys, we can all go over there and hang out with Gina for a bit. But just know, okay, these are really amazing females channels. They go through a lot. They handle it with grace, and you just never know what somebody's going through. And they're tough. They're baddies. Okay, so stay awake, stay aware, stay well. Thank you for coming to your very own deprogramming sessions. Thank you to my members. You are the coal that makes this train roll, and I really couldn't do it without you. Thank you for Gigi. because Gigi be Gigi, right? We love Gigi. This bump. And then what else? The members are only $2 holla. Stop that. I will give you the ring. You better stop this. Okay? Go see Gina. Love you so much. Thank you for hanging out. And always take care of yourselves and your families first. And I love you, mean it. Okay? I mean that. Okay, bye.